Hi, today we're going to talk about what happens after you have an accepted offer. This is super exciting. You in Oregon have a series of things to do as soon as you have an accepted offer, so you're going to be very busy. And I'm going to break this down, let it wash over you. Your agent will remind you of all the deadlines as they come. So the first one in Oregon is that you have 3 business days to get your earnest money check to the escrow account. Some accept wire transfers, there's different ways of getting the money in, but you have 3 business days to do that. So if your offer got accepted Friday night, you don't have to worry about it until Monday, but it's due by Wednesday. So that's the first thing that's expected from you. So with the help of your agent, they're going to schedule an inspector to go in. That can take a few days sometimes, because in a busy market, inspectors are busy. So as many days as it takes to get an inspector in, it could be, you want it done usually by 3 or 4 days. You have 10 days in Oregon, unless you wrote otherwise on the contract, to get an inspection done and to do all your due diligence. And again, you're going to lean heavily on your agent. They have a lot of contacts. It's important to know that agents cannot receive kickback or referral fees from any lender or inspector, anybody who does due diligence. So if they recommend somebody, it's usually because they've had a good experience with them or are available. So during the inspection period, you as buyers can walk away for any reason, anything that goes wrong during the inspection. This is where you're spending up to $1,000 on seeing if this house is what you need it to be in order for the purchase to be worth it. If you walk away, you will get your earnest money back within a couple of business days from the title company. If you keep going, that's the first contingency is done, so you're expected to move forward with the sale. And at that point, the lender is going to order the appraiser to go in and see if the house appraises at the value that they're wanting to buy it for you or helping you buy it. So once the appraiser goes in and gives the report back, that's your second contingency. And then you're past the second hurdle and you're going to go to the third part of the sale, which is a financing contingency. During this time, the underwriter might be in contact with you asking for additional documentation. Just be ready. Sometimes you may check in with your lender and there's nothing due. You just have nothing to do. During that period, a lot of times people are like, is there anything I need to do? You don't. It's fine. It's good to check, but there's that lull where you've been doing so much and all of a sudden it quiets down, and that's okay. That's a good time for you to look for homeowners insurance. In Oregon, I recommend that you also look for earthquake. That's not always included, so make sure you look for that. And you can start getting the utilities to go under your name on the day of closing. Even if you don't get the keys until 5 p.m., you want the utilities to, especially gas, to be transferred under your name on the day of closing. So sometimes when you make it to the lender's desk or the underwriter is checking for things, expect them to reach out to you and ask for things that you consider unusual, and just like stay calm and just provide it for them. It could be a record from a while ago. You may just have some busy work from the underwriter, and sometimes they look for that as you get closer to closing. And so people are like, why didn't you ask for this last week? Because it wasn't on their desk. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't help you to get stressed. Just like stay calm and provide what is needed so that you can close on time. Now, the lender is gonna, sometimes they run a second credit check, and sometimes they verify your employment on the day of closing. So please don't change jobs and don't make any large purchases like buy a car or put a lot of appliances on your credit. If that could affect your income to debt ratio. So talk to your mortgage broker to make sure that a large purchase is okay for you to do. So after that, the loan funds, and then you're good to go. These are the 3 contingencies that you go through if you're financing. If you're a cash buyer, you just have the first contingency, which is the inspection. And then there's a signing and closing, and we'll talk about that in a different video. I hope this was helpful.